Haitian. Why? Where you from? What's your background? You American? Dirty black American?
Wait, what?
Huh? What?
Wait, what'd you
American?
say?
Black American? What?
No. Hold on. You said dirty black American.
You heard that? You just asked me what I said. I did.
Why you said that?
Because that's what y'all are. Dirty black American.
She just said that?
I did. A dirty black American. I sure did. Because that's what y'all are.
Just chill out on that dirty black American comment. That's all. Like,
I'm sorry. You really took offense to that. I apologize.
anybody would take offense to that.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't.
Why you said that though?
I'm saying, why would you even fix your lips to say that, though? I'm confused.
Because that's just my experience. Like, it's my experience. So I'm going to speak on it. But I apologize.
It's your experience?
Yeah, so I apologize.
What experience you had?
If I offended you.
You accept the apology?
No.
How? Like, that's super disrespectful. Like,
She did say it's dirty black Haitians too, though.
Nah, I would never fix my lips to say, and I know some dirty black Haitians. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would never fix my lips to say dirty black. I wouldn't generalize, like, you know what I'm saying? So, and now it is, bro. That's that Caribbean.
It's not.
And this is why we having the diaspora wars, because the dumb shit words. Remember that other Haitian, bro? Remember the other Haitian shit?
Care about nationalities. It's all about the personality to me.
You just said
No. I don't. I'm sorry. I can't do Americans. I need somebody with culture. I'm sorry.
Black Americans got culture. Americans got culture.
You rolling.
It must be a Haitian thing for sure. Like, yeah, I don't know.
God damn. Yo,
How do you
I
feel
don't
about that
appreciate
statement?
that hurt me because it's like, bro, who hurt you? Like, what did you go through that you just generalizing black Americans like that? I want to know, like, what happened. But then she just being all snooty with, I apologize. You know damn well you don't mean it. But like, yo, we all look the same. Like, why are we pulling each other down? That's crazy.
I was gonna say, I think that was kind of scripted to me. I thought that was kind of scripted. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, in that video right there, that clip, it looked like they set the camera up to record that. I wouldn't say no, it's not, but I could see it being real too.
I could definitely. I think that was a little bit scripted. So I ain't gonna lie. I thought that was scripted because you know you're going on the show and whatever you gotta say is gonna kind of go viral. You won't generalize all those people like that. It's like me going on a show and saying something like something ridiculous off the jump. So I think it was, to me, because I see it seems scripted to me.
Here's the thing too. That wasn't shot on air. That was when they were setting up, you know what I'm saying? So they were like setting up for the show and whatever this conversation happened. But the way the camera was set up, it seemed like it was scripted a little bit. It wasn't inside of their actually podcast show. This was them getting ready. Yeah, they definitely got the clicks they want.
Yeah,
because everybody tuning in now to watch the episode, but I don't think that's in the episode. And I'm not even sure if they actually brought it in the podcast. Brandon, we need content like this, bro. You need to edit stuff like that coming into the show. That would be hilarious.
I think he froze. You got a big Biden moment.
You know, I got a couple of videos. Make sure I go check out Peapod Cove Life. But I shot a couple of videos for this video. And I'm also finding content online where other Haitian people are coming out and saying, hey, she do not speak for all of us. This is not who we are. We love being here in America. We love hanging out with Black Americans, with the friends we do have. And whatever she's talking about, she's on her own time. So there have been a lot of those videos I've seen this week. I think a lot of people do this stuff to spark diaspora wars because it get them clicks, you know, it's a conversation.
One of the things for me that I seen was, the thing that's funny to me is like growing up and when we used to listen to music, right? When we heard Busta Rhymes, we heard Foxy Brown, we heard Nicki Minaj, you heard all of these artists that we thought were Americans and they had some kind of West Indian influence. It's like, oh, that makes sense. Why you know what I'm saying? So when you look at it, is most of these people were, well, even though they're American, some of them were like Americanized. You can't just go around just like, oh, dirty American, because West Indians are emulating the same lifestyle of the people that they're down talking.
The whole thing too is she's on an American show, dressed like an American.
That's what I'm saying.
Living in American culture, living in Black American culture to be exact, and turning around and basically spitting in their face, like blatantly.
It's like this. If you go back, right? Americans influenced the world. Black Americans, and America influenced the world, but Black Americans do, but for the most part, the rest of the world are trying to dress like Americans. They're trying to be like Americans. The way we talk, the way we rap, all of that is slang.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
the way we dress, that's American type style. Yo, Africans are dressing like American.
Everybody
you go to Trinidad, Jamaica, all of them are trying to look Americanized.
I was doing the whole show where we got black people around the country in places that people normally don't look. And when you look at it, because a lot of people would say black Americans don't know this or they don't know different things about the world, when they know everything about us. And what they don't realize is everything they watch on TV is about what's going on in America. In America, we ain't watching what's going on in the rest of the world. We are watching what's going on in America too. So when they come here, or even when you go visit, everything they're wearing is American culture.
Yeah.
But then they turn around, and that's the whole thing. Like, why do they turn around and disrespect the culture so much? Like, because it doesn't go the other way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't see most black Americans go like, oh, look at that dirty Haitian boy, or that, you know what I'm saying? At least the black American friends I have, you know, we've been cool coming up in school. Like, I've never like heard them ever say something like that.
Yeah. For the most part, I agree with you. I agree, because that's the same sentiments I got, because it's like, yo, and that was one thing too. Coming to America, you had to fit in because you ain't want to stand out. You did not want to stand out. So you were trying to speak hood. You were trying to dress like them. You're trying to be like them, so you didn't get picked on, because once they hear that accent, boy, they was going to work. So it's like this. A lot of people come here, yo, even though you see people used to come to America for the summer, by the time they go back to the islands, they got their American accent. They got a whole American accent. They've been there for only 2 months. They come back with a whole American accent.
Yep.
Now, listen, in my experience, I always enjoy meeting black people of different cultures. Like, yeah, you know, once you found out, like, oh, you from Jamaica? You from, oh, you know, there's a little jokes at first or whatever. But to me, it's always been nice to embrace black people of different cultures, finding out like, oh, this is what it's like in Jamaica. Oh, you know, I enjoy the diaspora. I really do. I have nothing against anyone. It's always nice to see, hey, you got off on a different stop that I did, but we still black people together. It is what it is. Everybody got their opinions.
So one thing I would say, I don't think to a certain degree Africans accept Americans the same way.
No, Africans.
That's one thing I gotta say.
Africans hate more than any other in the diaspora.
I gotta say that, because
and I'm not just talking about
Africans that are. So I can't say all. I can't say all.
All of them. Nah. I always know there's a percentage. When I say all, I'm just exaggerating. But generally speaking, it's a high percent. I'm talking like 80% of Africans.
I don't go that high.
They may not always come out and like go full blown, but it's a high number. I'll say it's a really high number where a lot of them look down and they talk smack about the culture when they here living in it.
I would love to talk to them people just to find out why. I have no control over where my people are from. I have no control over whether, you know, like, this is the culture I have coming up in the States. This is the culture I've had from my family being here for so long. I don't have a connection to the mother continent besides the color of my skin. So it's like, what can I do? Like, how can you look down on me for something that's not my fault? I would love to talk to these people and come to a place of understanding for both sides, but why hate me? I look just like you. We just speak a different language.
We got to do it one day. We probably there's diaspora wars, and they're like Africans and American, and they're battling it out. I'm talking about like battling it out, and I'm like, this is crazy. But in my retrospect, I would say it's 50-50 for me, because I've seen some Somali females, they treat me nice. I've seen people from Nigeria treat me nice. I've seen a lot of it's like it's a 50-50 split for me, but I'll say more so good than bad. So I can't say I've seen, so the good overwhelmed the bad for me. But I know there's some out there, boy, they don't like you. They see you, they think you're American, they don't like you. They do not like you.
There's one more I wanted to drop in there too.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Since we here.
Like African Americans being, it's part of my culture. I don't care what anybody says. My friends, a lot of my friends are African American playing football. Half Southern, they're my boys. It's like, nah, you know. And you study American history, and you really study how African Americans have suffered. You go, You know how many African Americans are hardworking, all about education? So what are you going to say? W.E.B. Du Bois, who was the first to get a PhD at Harvard, he wasn't working hard? Right. I'm talking about in the early 1900s when they didn't let us have shit. Right. How did he get a PhD at that time? You're talking about Lewis Latimer, who invented the filament for the light bulb. That's the reason why Edison, when they were trying to invent the light bulb, it was all kerosene. So it was exploding. I read the whole book. I read Edison's biography. It was all exploding everywhere. And Lewis Latimer, black dude, apprentice, that filament that you see in the light bulb is a black man that made it. Because every February was Lewis Latimer. Right. But he was the one that created it. When it was, you couldn't, they didn't allow it. We appreciate that. We appreciate it, but African Americans have always been hardworking. But no, African Americans have been hardworking, but I don't know. But opportunity. What about the appreciation of the hard work for the immigrants who came to this country and worked hard? But here's the thing is the Civil Rights Bill is the reason why parents got to come over here. 1964, Lyndon Baines Johnson, who was one of the most racist son of bitches on the planet, had to sign that civil rights. But Martin Luther King is sitting right next to him. Right. Yep. So that is the reason why Koreans can come here. Koreans, Indians, Arabs, Nigerians. It's because of the Civil Rights Bill. Right. It's because of African Americans, foundational black, coming in here, busting their ass, being treated like shit, being hung, lynched, Jim Crow. Right. From slavery was Jim Crow, segregation, Reconstruction, being promised that they were going to get this, fighting every war. Black people fought in every single war and still being disrespected, not being able to buy homes. Right. You understand? Burning up of black towns, and people go, well, why ain't they? They saw opportunities. There were black Wall Streets. There were black banks, black hospitals, and they came.
So when you look at all these cultures that come here and they talk down on black Americans, but they don't realize if it wasn't for black Americans, their ass wouldn't be able to come here. Because they fought for certain things that the people are showing up now just to reap what the black Americans fought for. You know what I'm saying? And they don't realize how much that means around the world. Like what America does sets the standard for what's going to happen. And they come here like that girl. I'm sure she gonna get checked in whatever neighborhood she from when she go back. She's definitely gonna get checked.
It seemed like the stigma is still strong because even as Godfrey is saying everything to this dude, it still seemed like he had pushback. Like he was still saying, nah. It's like, and maybe that is the overall feeling from that part of the diaspora, but it's just like, God damn. What more do you want?
And that's what I was telling you. I feel like most Africans feel that way about black Americans. Like in a high percentage, you know what I'm saying? That's just the way I feel. Like him, he shows up, he can bring his culture here, but when black Americans came here, who wasn't already here, had to forget what they had when they got off the boat. Once they got off the boat, whatever's left back there, I hear you reciting that, and I'm gonna kill your kid. You know what I'm saying? So you had to forget, so they show up with their culture intact and say, oh, you guys don't have any of this. Well, we had to create our own. No, it's not connected back to Africa. However, we created something new and better. And it's so new and better that y'all follow us around the world and want to dress like us and talk like us. I'm like Godfrey. I grew up in American culture, so I'm kind of on the same thing when it comes to that. I feel like I celebrated Black History Month here since I was 9 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I understand.
So Black American culture as the blueprint for other Black cultures. I think so.
Yeah. And it's not even just Black. I mean, because if you look at like hip hop, usually sets the trend for a lot of things around the world in that whole culture, with everything, even the fashion, the music.
The question that makes this complex is the world or West Indian. Let me break it down like this: Africans, West Indian as a collective, that whole region going back to Africa. We all try to say America has no culture, but we mimic Black culture down to a T. When you come here, everybody tries to be like Black Americans.
Well, here's the thing too. First, what happens is we see Black Americans on TV and we start emulating them then. Because at one point when I lived in Trinidad and Tobago, I remember saying, I want to go to America. Watching TV, trying to act like Americans, talk like Americans. So yeah, it starts early for you even get here. Think about two of the biggest actors from Snowfall and The Wire. Couldn't speak clear American English, but they learn by watching on TV.
Yeah.
That's true.
They learn by watching TV. Yeah. I speak American. Look. And that's all they know.
So I agree, and that's kind of my whole thing right there. Is like, yo, a lot of people come here. It's like even the word yo, Black Americans have the world saying, yo, what up?
Yeah.
You can go anywhere. I'm like, yo, what up? People know what you're saying.
So if you're trying to emulate what I do all the time, and then you get here and call me a dirty, filthy, like, how does that happen? Where's the translation lost? Like, she's got to be like second generation, maybe.
Yeah.